Thank you, D-Wave team. And I just want to take a moment to soak it all in. This is an important moment. This is a historic moment in the quantum world, as well as for GCC, particularly for UAE. Krishna, when I brought you on as a CEO, we used to discuss that we're going to bring quantum computing to Middle East. We're going to bring advanced optimization to Middle East, and it's really heartening to see that we have made so much progress on that journey in a very short period of time. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that at the beginning. Uh, Practical quantum computing. So Alan did a great job at already articulating why the stuff we're doing is highly practical today, and it is delivering business value today. And you're going to see that in the following presentations as well, how this is happening. Currently in North America, Europe, but now also in Asia and Middle East. But what I would focus on is what is Stack's vision in bringing these solutions to this region and why this region, right? And then where do we see this going to? Is that just a way to generate revenue, or is there some other potential in this region, and that's why we're strategically targeting this region? So hopefully this will come across in my presentation. Okay. I think it's not flipping. Okay. Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah, good. Okay, so my presentation is going to be divided into two parts. One is introducing Stack. We're new, relatively new in the region, although we have a very strong footprint in the region thanks to our partnerships, which I will also talk about. But nevertheless, we'll go into some detail about our vision, what we want to do, and why we are in this region. And the second half is going to be more on the quantum opportunity that we're trying to capitalize on in North America and also in the Middle East. So what is Stack? So those who are in computer science may know the word stack and queue. These are two data structures used in computer science. So stack is a combination of these two words, and the underlying philosophy is that we exist to bridge the gap between cutting edge computer science research and industry practices. That's the philosophy. And the reason why we do this is because some of our team members, myself included, spent a long time in academia. Some would say wasted time in academia, but while doing that, we developed strong scientific skills and got to understand the scientific breakthroughs more deeply. And then when I got into industry about 9 years ago, became an entrepreneur in the AI, blockchain, and high performance computing space, I realized that industry is way behind. Like industry doesn't even know what optimization is, or most of the industry doesn't know what optimization is and what it can do for their productivity. So Stack came about as an answer to this gap. How do we bridge it? And a key important component here is quantum computing. And the reason why we are very interested in quantum annealing in particular is because it solves optimization problems. We want to solve optimization problems for industry. We want to build solutions for industry. And quantum annealing is a key component of what we want to achieve. What are the technologies we work with? Very diverse. If I am to put one word, one moniker on what we do, it would be high performance computing. The high performance computing could be delivered using distributed computing, quantum annealing, parallel computing, machine learning, generative AI. It could be a combination of things. But the one word that can describe us is high performance computing. Okay, and we're solution builders. We're not a development company as such. We solve problems. And solving the problem could mean creating a tech stack, building a technology solution, hardware, software, as well as training, recruitment, building R&D teams, setting up labs, all of that. Solve the problem, whichever way is necessary. That's the philosophy. Okay, industry metrics. We have worked in a wide, broad spectrum of industries and worked with a clientele in the public sector, private sector, governments, not for profit, funding agencies, universities. We work with all of them. In terms of industries, fintech is a big one. Clean tech, agriculture is another one. Supply chain is a big one. Energy, health is a big one. So we're going to talk about health tech quite a bit in this presentation. So that's one of key focus areas of ours. And the team, just to introduce you will get to meet the team. They're all here, online or in person. So myself, my background is computer science, entrepreneur. Before that, I was in academia. Krishna and Manoj and Rais are full-time present in Dubai. They're based here and have a very strong footprint in the region. I'm 50-50 between North America and Dubai. Shahadat and Aaron are based in Canada, but they're joining us online. And Aaron is actually going to present about our accelerator programs at the end. We are supported by a diverse set of strategic advisors. I just put two here. I mean, we have too many to actually put in a presentation. Life sciences, health tech is a big area of focus, and Dr. Fadi is our key advisor and partner in that space. And then there is Hussein, who's in the fintech banking and information security side of things. Our partners. One of the reasons why we are very effective and we have grown so fast is because of our partners. And this is again a cross section. This is not all the partners we have, but the most important ones. Sorry, is something going on? Okay. Troubles of having in person as well as online setups. Okay, so can you maximize? Okay, wonderful. Okay, so these are our most salient partners, and I'm going to talk about some of them later on. Obviously, I'm going to talk a lot about D-Wave in the second part of my presentation. Right now, I'm going to talk about the other partners, starting with Square One. Our partnership with Square One is of critical importance to both companies, I think. Square One wants to get into advanced tech, and we are experts in advanced tech. Square One has already been in this region for 15 years, being a leader in digital transformation, automation, and enterprise systems space. And now we want to augment and enhance those systems through advanced tech, using AI, advanced optimization, and even quantum computing. So here is just one initiative that we have going on with Square One. It's a partnership, a joint venture, which is a transformation accelerator aimed at the Saudi Arabian market. So in Saudi Arabia, NDMO is a data standard that has been introduced. It's like GDRP, PIPEDA, and companies and public sector has to be compliant with that standard. That being said, despite years and deadlines, compliance has been a struggle. So we have launched an accelerator program aimed at SMEs, public sector, government agencies to facilitate the compliance, but not just the compliance, using it as an opportunity to innovate and create business value. So while you're becoming compliant, how can you optimize your data warehousing? How can you set yourself up for AI implementation and creation of end user value? Okay, so this is the aim of this accelerator. And I was with Minosh Jilani and the rest of the Square One team in Saudi Arabia yesterday at Riyadh at the IDC CIO Summit, unveiling the accelerator program. This is just one initiative that we have going, but I'm really excited about it. And we like to use the word accelerator a lot. The reason is that we want to accelerate the adoption and progress in the business sector using advanced tech. Life science, health tech is a key area of our focus, and our main partner in that area is HealthSpan Digital. HealthSpan is a company based in Canada and UAE. It's a conglomerate of companies, actually. It's not one company, actually, working at different aspects of wellness and longevity. Stag is a close partner of HealthSpan. We are building software solutions, hardware solutions for HealthSpan and distributing those solutions in the region. So what you see here is all already in production and being distributed in the region. And then, since we use the word accelerator a lot, our partnership with Advanced Right is critical to us. All of our accelerator programs are run through Advanced Right, which is a sister company of Stack. And at the end of this day's event, we're going to have Aaron talk in more detail about TechSkiller and the Quantum Accelerator program. So think of Advanced Right and Stack partnership as bringing all of this together. All of the work that we do together in the form of accelerator programs. Our growth trajectory has been pretty rapid. We started out in Canada, in Calgary, and now we're based in multiple locations. So the pins on the world map, this is where our people are. So our developer base is in Canada, US, UAE, India, Pakistan, Vietnam as well. Vietnam has some crazy tech talent available that we leverage quite heavily. But the scientific power of the team sits in Canada and UAE right now, and we are legally incorporated in Calgary, Ras Al Khaimah, Dubai, and soon in New York as well. Now, after the introduction to Stack, what is the quantum opportunity? And I use the word QAI because I see quantum computing and AI going hand in hand. Where we have seen the most value out of quantum computing is enhancing AI models, as well as solving optimization problems, both areas. But I think for AI to reach that critical accuracy, the role of quantum computing and particularly quantum annealing is of paramount importance. Okay, so hopefully I'll be able to convey a sense of that. Why this region? Why are we doing it here? I mean, we are doing it in North America as well. We're doing it worldwide, globally. But this region, particularly UAE, is a strategic focus of ours. Alan touched on it already, that there is a strong appetite in this region. Lorenzo touched on it as well. That's part of the reason. The other part is the regulatory support. Here, the regulator is willing to work with advanced tech companies to help with the adoption of solutions rather than be scared of advanced tech, which is not the case in many markets around the world. Okay, so regulatory support is a big part of it. The appetite is a big part of it. The business problems that exist in the region are complex. We have large, massive supply chains, massive projects running at a scale not seen in other regions in the world. And that is where advanced tech can truly shine. This is where advanced optimization can truly shine. This is where quantum annealing can add tremendous value. And that's why this region is our strategic focus. The partnership with D-Wave, the most important and the most exciting partnership that we have going on. It's a multifaceted partnership. It extends all the way from go-to-market, selling of and distribution of D-Wave products to co-development of solutions, to solving business problems together, and to bring quantum annealing to this region. And those are just some aspects. I mean, there is the accelerator and training programs. There is the joint studies and research that we are already doing. And all of this then leads to two main goals. One is creating commercial value from quantum annealing in this region. That is the main goal. And then the second goal, which is slightly more long-term, is creating a quantum infrastructure in this region. So I would like your 6th quantum computer to be housed in Dubai, and we're going to make it happen. We're going to have it here. Seems premature, but it's not. What I've seen in the last year, how much progress we have made, this is going to happen in a very short period of time. And then commercializing that. So it's not just creating a facility for the sake of it. There is a huge commercial opportunity in productizing that infrastructure. And we already have the vehicle of productization through Leap Cloud. So Leap Cloud makes that quantum computing available to everyone, as if it's AWS or Azure. So any infrastructure we build here would be readily productized through the Leap Cloud. And then we have our own intellectual property in the high-performance computing space that we want to build on top of the D-Wave stack. So these are the two main goals that we have through this partnership, and we're already making progress towards them. These are the two areas. So I'm going to talk a little bit about projects. What are we doing in the quantum space, and what has Stack done so far in the quantum space? Two main categories, and those were Alan mentioned as well. How can you increase the performance of machine learning models using optimization and then using quantum annealing? That's a core focus area of ours. And the second is modeling large decision spaces and solving optimization problems. Supply chains, logistics, utilities, distribution networks, routing networks, those are all fair game for quantum annealing. I'm going to talk about both one by one. Let's talk about the machine learning side of things. What have we done in that space? So Stack is launching a series of autonomous agents called queues. So the Q comes from the end of Stack, QUE, right? So they're called queues, and they specialize in certain tasks. So each queue is a specialist in something. This particular queue, for example, is a specialist in CX, customer experience. Okay, and there are some capabilities that we're mentioning here. But now there is another queue, which is a clinician. Now that is a problem because now accuracy is super critical. You can't have a Q clinician have an accuracy. I mean, even 90% is not good. You want to bump it up to 98, 99%, 97, up above 97%, because it's life and death you're talking about here. Okay, so one such Q we're building for hormonal health with a company, Science and Humans. Science and Humans is a North America-based longevity and wellness provider focusing on hormonal health. And we are co-developing this Q with them. And it is a project that is supported by, or will be supported by, a major government grant. But this queue requires that extra optimization that other queues don't need. I mean, customer experience, sure, but the clinician needs to be super accurate. And that's where we're going to leverage quantum computing to get that extra accuracy from the model. Okay, so that's one of the critical use cases that we have. And the second one is optimization problems. So here I'm just throwing one optimization problem that we are working on with D-Wave and Verge. This is agricultural operational planning. So basically autonomous machines, how do you route autonomous machines for agricultural operations at scale, at a scale of thousands of fields, at a scale of a provincial level or a national level. And the IP we're developing is interoperable in other industries like mining operations, construction operations, and whatnot. This project is supported by a major grant. I cannot name the granting agency because they have to do a press release and then we can name them. But it's a 5 million project and 2 million comes from the government funding in this one. The rest comes from industry. So super excited about that. We kicked it out recently, about a month ago. And hopefully this gives you a good sort of a cross-section of what our capabilities are, what we want to do in the region. And this is the end goal. Create quantum hubs in the region, productize them, and create business value using them. Okay. Thank you so much.
See, well, show me something more real.